but we're going to start with hoops. We'll start in the NBA with the Utah Jazz. Through the first 14 games of the season, the Jazz are the only team in the Western Conference with 10 wins.
Yeah, the Jazz have built a winning team. Danny Ainge told Sports Illustrated this past week that he's been accused of building teams to lose before. He says that's never been true, though. Tonight, the Jazz could wrap up their three-game road trip with 2 wins on the East Coast. In Philadelphia, facing Joel Embiid and the 76ers. Lauri Markkanen, the Jazz leading scorer this season, he's averaging a career-high 22.2. He was doing some early scoring from downtown, a couple of first-quarter three-pointers for a 4-point Jazz lead. Kelly Olynyk is second in the NBA in three-point shooting percentage, but on this play, he's rocking the rim with the putback slam. Jazz up 19-17. Final seconds of the quarter, Jazz inbounds play ends with Malik Beasley beating the buzzer. Jazz with the 4-point advantage, 30-26 after 1. Rookie center Walker Kessler has averaged 15 minutes per game off the bench this season. He played the first 6 minutes of the second quarter and had a big impact. The block here is going to lead to transition buckets. Talen Horton-Tucker, 3. The Jazz are up by 9. Then one of his 7 first-half rebounds. He turns it over, but no worries. He just blocks Tyrese Maxey. And once again, this play is going to lead to transition points. Jordan Clarkson this time. The 3 ball from up top, and the Jazz are up 40-32. Kessler scored just 1 bucket in the half, but it was a pretty one. The offensive board and the reverse for the putback. But as the half wound down, Joel Embiid just kept knocking down shots. He had 24 points in the first half. Jazz still led by 6, 57-51. The Sixers erased that Jazz lead pretty quickly, though, and it was former Jazz man George Niang from downtown giving Philly the 4-point lead. Cue Malik Beasley. He found the hot touch in this quarter, burying a couple of threes. The second one putting the Jazz back in front 72-70. Beasley, 18 points through 3 quarters. Final seconds of the quarter, Kelly Olynyk, that bucket beats the buzzer. Game tied at 78 going into the 4th, but in that 4th quarter, it was a one-man show. Joel Embiid was already having an amazing game. He just piled on in the 4th, and he did it in every aspect of the game, blocking Jordan Clarkson there. Back at the other end, he hits the jumper. Then how about the offensive rebound, and he's going to put it back up and in. Philly taking a 91-88 lead right there. It was bucket after bucket after bucket for Embiid, though. And believe it or not, the Jazz were still in it. Just over a minute to play. Embiid blocks Colin Sexton to preserve the 3-point lead. Then the dagger. How's this for a stat line? A career-high 59 points, 19 of 28 shooting, 20 of 24 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, 7 blocks. The Jazz dropped their second straight, 105-98.
The stat that bothers me the most is Philly had 14 block shots. That's a lot of poor spacing and poor decision-making.
No player in NBA history has had a 50-point game in which they also added 10 or more rebounds, 5 or more assists, and 5 or more blocks. That was until tonight, when Joel Embiid did exactly that in a win against the Utah Jazz. Embiid made 19 of 28 shots that he took from the field, and he sunk 20 of 24 free throws for a career-high 59 points. On top of that, he had 11 rebounds, 8 assists, and 7 blocks. 26 points, and 5 of those blocks all came in the 4th quarter alone. The Jazz still only lost the game by 5. It was a one-man show, a show the Jazz didn't know how to put an end to.
Trying to force him to the crowd. Obviously, he does a great job facing up, and he sees where the double team is coming from. And I think we a couple times put our hands in, and he got, when they were on the bonus, he got to free throw line too easily.
Yeah, I mean, he had a great game, but you know, he took a lot of the shots. You know, there's only one ball.